as Lauren said this morning, I was running a little late. I woke up at 5:35. I normally wake up at 4:35.
Did you just forget to set an alarm?
No.
You slept through it, shut it off?
You know me. I have the trusty old school alarm clock radio.
Ah, right.
And I wake up to Kiss every morning. And it's got the red numbers on it. I have a battery in there in case the power goes out. It's got a battery backup.
So what happened?
I snoozed it, but I must have done something in my hasty sleepiness that made my trusty alarm clock that I've had for over 12 years now not wake me up again. It's so solid.
I have 100% done that before where I thought I hit snooze and actually shut the alarm off.
Yeah, I must have just whacked it with my hand. Now, the weird thing is that I remember waking up and looking and seeing my first alarm goes off at 4:20, and then it goes off at 4:30, and I wake up.
Yep.
Maybe like 4:32, 4:33, right? So, you know what I was dreaming about the whole time? I was on extra time.
What?
The Love and Life Music Fest we're having here in Charlotte. For some reason, my wife and I were picking what artists we wanted to go see, which we've already done, but we were actually at the Love and Life Music Fest. And then I was excited to see an artist. You know, we got to meet them. I got to go up on stage, like all this. Oh, and then Amanda had to go to the bathroom, and I'm walking her to the bathroom. All this is going on in my head.
Huh. And then at some point, you're like, where's Lauren? Where is Lauren? Oh, gosh, this might be a dream.
Yeah.
I got to get up.
You weren't in my dream, actually, and I don't know why.
Well, I may or may not be there on Saturday, which really breaks my heart because
For Love and Life?
Yeah, because I really, really, really want to introduce Pitbull. You know, I'm Miss 305 over here and Mr. 305. And I just might not make it because I'm coming from an Autism Strong event in Raleigh.
Yeah, I have the schedule. This paper I have doesn't have the schedule, but Gwen Stefani, Benson Boone, Weezer, Lola Young, I'm excited to see, Gigi Perez, Dave Matthews on Sunday night, Teddy Swims, Luda, The Revivalist I love. That's like a cool rock band out of L.A.
Well, and I don't even think Saturday night Pitbull is not the closer. Weezer is. So if Pitbull and Weezer could just flip-flop, I could make it.
But anyway, yeah, that's what I was dreaming about. And then, you know, what happens, like I wake up and I verbally let out an O-S.
Yeah.
Amanda, my wife, didn't wake up because she wakes up at like 10 after 6, so I wasn't much ahead of her.
Yeah.
And I have to tell my wife that the dog didn't go out. I didn't have time for that.
Oh, she's going to love that.
I fed her. Well, all she has to do is open the door. We got that fence, Lauren.
I know.
All right, hold on, please.
The dog isn't her favorite.
The dog out. I overslept.
So sorry.
She's going to say, I heard you. She tells me that I can't wear my shoes downstairs. I have to put them on like at the very last minute because I'm such a heavy walker.
I refuse. I'll tiptoe out the door before I put my shoes on at the door. Dallas says the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, I can hear you clicking.
Yeah, it's because it's so quiet in the house. Right. It's like 4:30 in the morning when we're leaving. That's why you hear everything. Anyway, I'm here. We're ready to do a great show. Let's get it. Have you ever had your car stolen? And like, was it stolen out of your driveway? Was it stolen while you were at work? Like, where were you when your car was stolen? 704-570-9595. Were you uptown in the Charlotte area, maybe at a Panther game, and you came back and your car was stolen? Like,
I've gone to a game and thought someone stole my car.
You lost your car.
Yes, exactly. There's a difference.
Well, so did this woman. The reason why I bring it up is because I'm still fascinated by this call that we got the other day randomly. A lot of times people will DM us or send us a text and we'll call them back and get them on because their story's so interesting. Mm-hmm. This was just a case where whoever was screening the calls that day, I forget, was like, yo, pick up because Casey wants to put an announcement out there. And I was like, if it's a lost dog or something, like we probably can't help.
Send it to our socials.
Send it to our socials. It wasn't. It was this.
My car broke down on 85. It was near Spartanburg.
Okay.
And I pulled into a QT, left it there, and my friend picked me up. And her boyfriend is a mechanic, and he was going to look at it for me.
Can you grab these calls?
But when we went back, it was gone. And
your car was gone?
Said, yeah, it was just. I was looking around, and the QT said, let me look at the security footage, and my car is there, and you can see it. And then a truck blocked it. And then it was just gone. And they said it wasn't towed. And
Wait, hold on.
The truck conveniently blocked it? Is this an inside job?
Casey. Casey, you're telling us that basically your car was stolen.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah, the police had me file a report. But
So anyway, she goes on to say not only did she file a police report, but Casey goes on to say that her car might have been stolen on a Friday. And on Sunday, someone spotted her car in Rock Hill. And they know it's her car because it's a blue 09 Nissan with a bunch of bumper stickers on it. And we were like, okay, it's so funny that you called the radio station. Obviously, she's an ML family member, and she feels comfortable calling us and putting out the APB. But we're like, the police are the people to call. Like, I don't know if anybody got it. You know,
she's called the police at this point.
We have her number, but we haven't heard that she's gotten her car back.
No.
But, I mean, if you leave your car at the QT gas station, and they're not to blame in all this, and the car was broken down, how did someone steal it? Like, Lauren, you said it could have been a mechanic that fixed the car.
Yeah.
What? I mean, the amount of craziness that surrounds this whole story is nuts.
Maybe the battery just died and needed a jump.
I don't know. I said from the beginning she parked it somewhere else. She thinks it's at the QT, but it's not.
Well, how do you...
How do I explain the security camera footage? I know.
Maybe
That's the
it just
caveat.
happened to be a blue Nissan that was sitting there.
Maybe. I don't know. You know, I'm glad that QT let her look at the at the notice, but at the video. All right, who got their car stolen? Earlier this week, it said that her car was stolen near Spartanburg. She lives in Rock Hill, and I just thought it was funny that she called the radio station, which isn't such a bad idea. A lot of people listen to us in that area.
Yeah.
Maybe you keep your eye out for a blue 09 Altima with lots of bumper stickers. Now, my brother was living in Chicago, Lauren. He had his car stolen out of the parking garage where he parked it when he was in his apartment. You know, he had a parking garage where he leased a spot, and he went out and his Jeep Cherokee was stolen. Called the cops. Cops said it's not unusual for cars in that area to be stolen. What happens is gang activity. They steal cars. They commit crimes in the cars, and they leave the cars wherever the crime was committed, right? So my brother said he got his car back like a month later after he bought a new car because he wrote it off as a loss. He got the car back and there was blood all over it.
Ooh.
And the cop's like, here, have your car back. And my brother's like, I think I'll just have it cleaned and sell it.
So, real question, what happens at that point when the insurance is already paid out and you've already bought a new car? And then they give you the car back?
I don't know. I think Rich gave it back to the gang and now they have it still. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But Marcus had the same situation. He had his car stolen from a parking deck. Hey, Marcus.
Hey, how's it going?
We're good. Marcus, what happened with your car?
Man, I just had moved to Nashville, Tennessee about 6 years ago. And I had just bought a 2011 black BMW convertible. I put black wheels on it. I was working a brand new job bartending at a hotel, and then it was weird. I got off work about 2:30 a.m. and walked to the same garage that I always walk to. Couldn't find my car nowhere. Could have swore that someone towed it.
Right. Stealing, having it stolen doesn't go through your head right away.
Yeah, exactly. I was just looking around. I couldn't find it, and I went up and down the garage probably 3 or 4 times. There was a guy working in there, and I just had asked him. He didn't speak great English, but asked him if he'd seen anybody tow a car, and he told me to keep looking up and down the garage, which I've already done that 3 times.
Yeah. So how did you find out it was stolen then, Marcus?
Well, I ended up calling the garage manager the next day. They said no one had towed a car out, so it got me really worried. And then I was notified. I wasn't actually notified from the cops until I never got a number. I never got a call, I guess I would say, from the cops.
Okay.
They said they tried to call me once or twice in 2 weeks, but I had just been talking to my insurance agent, and they said, what would you like to do about getting your car back? And I said, what are you talking about? And they said, have the cops not called you? And I said, no. They found my car basically 2 days later sitting on cinder blocks, and the suspension was just
stripped.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, thanks, Mark.
They stripped his car for parts.
I don't want it back at that point.
Yeah.
Heather, what's up?
I need either all of the car back or none of the car back.
Yeah, right. Go find the suspension and let me know. Hey, Heather, you had your car stolen out of the driveway?
Actually, a coworker's husband had the truck stolen out, and he was walking out to go to work in the morning, and he's just standing there like, like looking like, where's my truck? And then he ended up finding CMPD ended up finding it because it had been used in a crime and it had a bullet hole. And they're like, well, what do you want to do? And he's like, well, I don't really want it.
Right, like my brother.
Right.
The insurance company just totaled it and was like, CMPD can just have it and do with it what they may.
Yeah. Thanks, Heather. So it seems to be a move where like a lot of people unfortunately commit a crime with your stolen vehicle. So Tracy, Tina, sorry we can't get to you. We got to take a quick break. Then we got War of the Roses coming with Maney and LauRen.
Hey, Maney, did you see this? We get, a little stack of things every morning to take a look at. And I just found this stat that said 33% of married couples don't kiss. They don't kiss.
Daily?
No, they don't kiss at all. They don't kiss during the day. They don't kiss during furniture moving.
Whoa.
They just don't kiss.
3% married couples don't kiss. I definitely don't kiss my wife daily. You probably don't kiss Dallas daily, do you? It's good if you do.
No, I wouldn't say daily.
Like our marriage counselor years ago said, show your kids the love in the house by making sure they see you kiss in front of them, And so every once in a while we will, but, we'll be like, kids, look, like we do it with the intent
you do it
of
to
grossing
show
them
your
out.
kids?
Yeah, grossing them out. They're like, ew. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Now, my wife is big on hygiene. So, like if
you haven't brushed your teeth, you're not getting a kiss.
Yep, 100%. Especially like a French kiss.
Yeah.
Right?
So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is the same thing or not, but Dallas used to dip. Like, back in the day, I think it's the most disgusting thing in the world. And if I saw the dip cup out, I was like, don't come near me, not kissing you.
LauRen, you're really offending the outer counties right now.
I'm very sorry. I'm just not into... Even the packs, it's still something in there.
I played hockey, and all the kids in high school were dipping.
Yeah.
It was gross.
No, thank you.
The locker room smelled like skull.
Not for me. I don't like smoke. My dad died of lung cancer. Yeah. I'm just not into, that whole thing.
So would you push him away when he came in for a kiss?
No, I made him stop.
Well, I know, but while he was dipping, though.
Oh, yeah, I would not kiss him.
Yeah. And I got to be honest. And by the way, we would love to hear from you because I'm blown away by the stat. Are you someone who never kisses their partner? 704-570-9595. Like, who's been married the longest?
Right.
And what's your dry spell on kissing your partner?
You love them. You move furniture with them. You have a daily relationship with them, but you just don't kiss. Is that too intimate?
I'm trying to think if they're... Are we basically saying that kissing is more intimate than moving furniture at this point?
Yes. Yes, I think so.
I mean, I bet you there's been a time or two where we moved furniture and never kissed.
Yeah.
Well, I've never thought of that. Now you have me screwed up with this stat. Where do you guys fall? 704-570-9595.
Are you part of the 33% of couples that do not kiss?
And how long have you been together? We need to do our own little people poll here. For sure, LauRen, we'll get a lot of calls and text messages from people who are going to tell us that their relationships are way more healthier than ours. And they kiss all the time. And moving
100%.
furniture without kissing, that's Satan's work.
I saw a stat that said that 33% of married couples do not kiss. Don't kiss on the daily. Don't kiss while moving furniture. Don't kiss each other goodnight.
And it seems to be kind of a popular thing. This is Shira. Hey, Shira, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good. You heard that 33% of people who don't kiss. Where do you fall in that?
Okay, so no, I'm not married, but I've been in a relationship with the same person for 11 years. My thing is, if it's a smoker, all bets are off. If you have smoker's breath, don't even lean into attempt to get a kiss.
But you would date somebody who smokes? You just wouldn't kiss them?
No, I wouldn't. Not necessarily. Okay, yeah, he's a smoker, but he knows, I think, how particular I am, with kissing. That's just like a really intimate thing. Like that's the most intimate thing you can do with your partner, I feel like.
Yeah, that's even more intimate than moving furniture, which is something I learned this morning. Thanks, Shira. We got your point. Like you're with your partner 11 years. He's got to brush his teeth really good before you kiss.
Yeah.
Aaron says you guys we're all wrong. Hey, Aaron.
Hello.
So are you someone who never kisses or always kisses your partner?
We always kiss. In the morning when she leaves for work, and I get home from work, or when I leave for work at night. I mean, we always kiss.
So healthy. Just so healthy. I mean, someone says I've been married 15 years and we don't kiss even when we move furniture.
Wow.
Someone says I'm 28. I've been with my husband since I was 17. So 11 years. We kiss every single day. Hearing others that don't do it is wild to me. Someone else says we're together 11 years. And I hate to say it, but now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure we moved furniture without kissing a lot. I mean, it just goes, the list goes on and on.
You just get the job done and move on with your day.
Yeah. We kiss every other day. Always a kiss before bed and when we see each other. He works night and I work days, so I only see him at lunch breaks or on the weekends. Huh? I mean, but here's somebody else who's like, I just realized also how intimate kissing is, and it is way more intimate than moving furniture. I don't think I ever kissed my husband when we move furniture.
I didn't mean to throw a wrench into y'all's days, but maybe kiss somebody.
Hashtag the more you know. And I think Adam Sandler said it best. It's pretty funny. Everybody's looking for ways to save money. And there's easy things you can do. Cut back on some of your expenses. But then there's other things you can do.
Like
my buddy who lives in Florida has a wife who spends a lot. Second marriage. He's very wealthy. And
not for long. She keeps spending.
Dude, he literally locked her credit cards up.
Really?
Yeah, he says that he keeps them unlocked until the 10th of the month, and then after that, they're locked up.
So she's got to spend between the 1st and the 10th?
And she's like, we were talking the other day, and she's like, oh, yeah, she was in the background. She's like, and believe me, I could do just fine till the 10th.
Wow.
So that got me thinking.
So early in the month.
I know. I found this on Reddit. This is unhinged ways that people have tried to save money. Unhinged ways. Make yourself run for every dollar you spend on a daily basis. So if you spend $20 at lunch, you run for 20 minutes. You spend $50, you run for 50 minutes.
Oh my gosh. I went and got dinner for my family the other day, and after we got back from Turks, I went and got all my friends clean juice and dropped them off at everybody's house. I was like, how did that just happen?
Someone says they have an actual money tree in their house, so they know how much money they're spending. They'll put 20s on there, 10s, and even singles. And once the tree starts getting no leaves at all, they know it's time to stop spending.
Wow.
How about taping a picture to your credit card of your parents?
No.
Because your parents are always the one that reminds you
I know.
not to spend that much money. We don't want you moving back in with us.
I would need to tape Dallas's photo there.
Let's see. Calculate how long you'd have to work to pay it off. Like if something costs $100 and you make $20 an hour, is it worth 5 hours of your time?
I actually do that
Me
a
too.
lot. Mm-hmm.
I do it also. Let's see. Pretend it costs even more. Make a rule. If you wouldn't pay 3 times as much for it, then it's not worth charging for it. These are the unhinged ways people are saving money. Start binge watching an episode of Hoarders. You'll never buy anything again. Someone else says, be mad, boycott everything. Be
mad.
There's an app called Goods Unite Us that may help if you refuse to give them your money. It tells you how every brand leans politically. Let's see. Consider the idea that you might never retire. Before you buy something you don't need, think of yourself at 85. Do you still need the item that you purchased?
So you know what Dallas does to me a lot? Because, we work hard and I like to travel. That's my one vice, right? But Dallas will always say to me, because we have a son on the spectrum, and we don't know what his quality of life will be long term.
Yeah.
And
you don't get much government assistance. We know.
So but we're putting away money for him so that when we're gone, he will have the money to have somebody take care of him. Or he, if he goes to college, he can use it for college. It's set up in a different kind of account. But every single time I want to go somewhere, Dallas goes, could put that money in Cash's fund, and then I'm like, just twist the knife. Jeez. Can you let me live too?
By the way, God forbid anything happens to you in Dallas before I die. I'll make sure that Cash throws a one-time huge blowout party with shambongs, catered, everything to your liking.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all that money. All right, unhinged ways to save money. If you have one, you can text us 704-570-9595. LauRen's going to find out. We're all going to find out what's happening in Charlotte. She's got that 3 in the QC for us. Don't go anywhere. It's the most local thing you'll hear today from Kiss 95.1. All the hits, Kiss 95.1. It's the Maney LauRen Morning Show. LauRen, give us that T with the 3 in the QC.
All right. So Pet Palooza at Truist Field will be this Saturday. So you can go take your furry friend out there. Okay. Register in advance for $10, or you can just pay when you get to the event.
I would take my dog, but my dog enjoys sniffing every single dog's butt and wants to say hi to every single person. Literally, if you took her out there, she'd want to say hi to everyone and sniff every dog.
What's wrong with that? It's pet friendly.
She's
you walk
60
through the
pounds.
festival. There's music, there's food, there's vendors.
She'd pull me around the festival.
Okay. Charlotte FC owner David Tepper.
I know him.
Yeah, you know him. He has his sights set on the FIFA Women's World Cup in 2031. But the FIFA president is actually in town promoting the upcoming FIFA Club World Cup, which will take place in cities across the U.S. and Canada and Mexico in 2026. Even though Charlotte is not a host city, it will be called, quote unquote, base camp this year and next year for different teams.
Okay, cool.
And it is.
Don't forget, our stadium's getting big upgrades. That's going to help us get a lot of things. I don't think it'll be a Super Bowl yet, but I think we're closer than we were a couple years ago.
I do too, and I think Charlotte has a big appetite for soccer in general. So I think that helps our cause as well.
Well, the Super Bowl is football, like American football.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
Thank you for breaking that down for me.
Okay.
Used to be an NFL cheerleader, remember?
Just mansplaining you here.
Okay, thank you. It is Autism Awareness Month, and in conjunction with that, Axios actually asked me to do a 48 hours in the life of a family on the spectrum, which they have featured me in their newsletter and on their website today. So if you want to go check that out, some of my favorite things from around Charlotte and some places that we chose specifically because my son is on the spectrum, like his swim school. And like we love to go to Charlotte FC games because they provide sensory bags, and there's some different things on there. So if you want to check that out, you can do that on Axios' website, but that's your 3 in the QC.
There you guys are, front and center on Axios' website. She's not lying, y'all. I'm going to read this in the bathroom.
She's not lying.
During
Please
commercial.
don't read it in the bathroom.
I'm going to read it during commercial. I got to go right now.
All right, thank you.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the Maney LauRen Morning Show, Tara. You are playing Can't Beat LauRen today.
Awesome. So excited.
Is this your first time?
This is actually my second time. My daughter and I listen every morning, though, and I think we might be lucky today.
So is your daughter with you?
She is.
What's her
Hi,
name?
Ella.
Ella. Okay. Ella and Tara, let's play Can't Beat LauRen.
Throw her out of the studio, ladies.
All right, LauRen, get out.
Bye.
Get out right now. Close that door and go to the hallway. She's out. She can't hear these questions. Let's see how you do. Let's see. Let's keep the 5 for 5 run alive, okay, Tara?
Okay.
All right, question number 1. This Hit Me Baby One More Time singer has split up with her boyfriend once again. The couple broke up weeks ago, but before that, they broke up last July. Who is she?
Britney Spears.
And Dwayne Johnson paid tribute to a Make-A-Wish child who passed away. He shared a video on socials of him talking about the child. We know him as Dwayne Johnson, but in the WWE, he's known as...
That's The Rock.
All right. A poet named Kimberly Marasco is suing Taylor Swift for what she alleges is copyright infringement. And she says she's having an extremely difficult time serving the singer with the lawsuit. What's the name of the singer's most recent tour? Maybe she could have tried to serve her there.
The Eras.
Robert Pattinson says he's done with the haters, and he's sick of all the complaints about what he's doing with his acting life. He's now playing in Mickey 17. He played the character Edward Cullen in what movie?
That's the Twilight series.
And question 5, John Stamos' former home is up for sale, complete with gold-plated toilets. Tara, in every single bathroom.
Whoa, fancy.
Let's chip in and buy it. It's now worth $13 million. John Stamos played what character in Full House?
Oh, that's Uncle Jesse.
You did very well. Come on in. Good questions today, Octavia, our intern. She wrote good questions. Tara got all 5 right.
Oh,
We're
good.
on a run.
All right.
3 for 3. Let's do it.
Don't make me nervous.
This week's been really good. All right, here we go. This Hit Me Baby One More Time singer has split up with her boyfriend once again. The couple broke up weeks ago, but they also broke up in July of last year. Who is she?
Britney Spears.
And Dwayne Johnson paid tribute to a Make-A-Wish child who passed away recently. He shared a really touching video on socials about him. We know him as Dwayne Johnson, but in the WWE, he's known as...
The Rock.
A poet named Kimberly Marasco is suing Taylor Swift for what she alleges is copyright infringement and said she's experiencing extreme difficulties serving the singer. She should have tried to serve her at her last tour, which is known as...
The Eras Tour.
Robert Pattinson says he's done with all the haters and people telling him that he's not doing anything with his acting life. He's now playing in Mickey 17. He played the character of Edward Cullen in what movie?
Twilight.
And John Stamos' former home is for sale, complete with gold-plated toilets in every bathroom. Tara and I are going to buy this place. You want in? It's only $13 million.
I don't know.
It's for sale again.
Sounds
we want to know.
Expensive.
Who did John play in Full House? John Stamos. 3, 2.
Uncle Jesse.
Yes,
Yeah?
Uncle Jesse is right.
Oh, so close.
That really was close.
Can we time her out?
You're the ex.
Uncle Jesse is correct. Lauren, you got in time before my countdown. And Tara, you got all 5 right, so you know ties stay with the house. So it's win number 136 for Lauren.
Oh, man.
All right, Tara. Where are y'all off to today?
We are off to school and then to work.
All right. Well, before we let you go do that, you know what we want to hear before we let you go.
This is Tara and Ella. We can't beat Lauren, but we can tie her.
You sure did, and you had a great time.
Yes, absolutely. Go have fun.
Thanks for playing,
Great
guys.
job, Ella. Good job hanging in there.
Bye.
Little less than 10 minutes before you can kiss your bills goodbye with $1,000 thanks to the Maney LauRen Morning Show. Kiss 95.1. We know how expensive things are. And so does Lauren. Lauren, you have to tell everyone what you were just telling me a little while ago.
Okay.
Sometimes you rent things to try and save a little money, but it backfires on you.
Yeah, I think this one definitely backfired on me. So I have a lot of like rental subscriptions. So I do like a closet subscription, like a Rent the Runway. Then I also do this bag subscription. And it's basically where you can get a high-end bag and then 3 pieces of jewelry or like a smaller, like a lower-end bag. But you get 4 pieces a month, okay?
Okay.
And I rented what just came out on the website. It was a brand new bag. Nobody had had it yet. And I was like, oh, it's super cute. I called it the unicorn bag, and I wanted it for all my travel. So I rented this stupid bag.
Right.
And I go on vacation to Florida, and then I go on vacation to Turks. Well, in Florida, my son Cash really wanted to color when we were out one night. We were sitting on the patio. He really wanted to color. I asked the hostess stand if they had stuff for kids to color. They did not. So what do? I go and find another restaurant within walking distance, and I tell them that we're sitting outside and I need crayons.
Good move.
Okay.
Right.
So on the way back, I threw it into my purse. And when I got to the table, I gave it to Cash. When Cash was done with it, I threw it back into the bag. Well, these stupid crayons have drawn all through the inside of the stupid bag.
You keep
that
saying
I had to
stupid.
have
You're
because
so
it's
mad.
Stupid now. It is stupid. I tried to save myself some money by doing this subscription, and I'm going to cost myself more in the long run because not only did that happen, but when I took the bag to Turks, you know the seawater sometimes does something to like metals?
Right.
The metal is not the same color as it was when I got it. So now not only is the inside of the bag ruined, but the hardware on the bag is ruined. And I'm like, I'm going to go to turn this thing in, and they're going to send me a bill for like $2,000.
You're going to be like, what the heck happened?
Yes.
How long did you have this bag?
2 weeks. For 2 trips, that's it.
So can't you get the crayons out?
I don't know how to get crayon out of material.
The magic eraser does everything.
I'm afraid to ruin it any more than it is.
Did you bring it in?
No, I stopped carrying it. Now it's in my closet because I'm terrified to do anything else to it.
I mean, at this point, you might as well just drag it to work behind the Jeep. Does it matter at this point? Now you're trying to save it?
I don't know, but Dallas is going to kill me when he finds this out.
That's so funny. I wonder if there's other people listening who have returned something like completely broken, or like you tried to return something and then you ended up having to pay for it. 704-570-9595. I'm kind of almost thinking this might happen a lot to guys if you rent like tools or rent like some equipment like from a rental company.
And you just destroyed it.
And you brought it back broken and you're like hopefully they don't notice.
There's not even anyone I can blame on this because I was literally the first person to rent the bag. It's not like I could be like, oh, it was like that when I got it.
Hey, somebody said they did Rent a Runway once and they totally spilled something all over the dress. Thought they would have to buy it, but Rent a Runway took it back.
Well, were you the first person to rent it? Because there's no one else to blame it on.
704-570-9595. If you're someone who rented something and it got destroyed, maybe a car, like returning a rental car that was all bashed up. We'll take your calls on that. Then we got to get to Date 'em or Dump 'em at 8:05. And of course, in 3 minutes, you're shot at $1,000. As we kiss Lauren's bag goodbye, we'll also kiss your bills goodbye. To a Date 'em or Dump 'em with Callie, and I see she's on hold and ready to go. I do want to finish the conversation because it is funny, and we have some funny calls and text messages coming in regards to you, Ren.
Yeah, I rented a bag from like a subscription service, and they're higher end bags that you can rent so that you don't have to invest in them. And I ended up destroying one, and I'm afraid now that I'm going to have to buy it. So we were asking you guys, what did you rent and then destroy?
All right, this is Jess. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning.
Jess, what did you destroy?
So we were staying in a campground a couple years ago, and we rented a little cabin, and with it we rented a golf cart. And my daughter was like 8 or 9 at the time, and we kept telling her, you're not allowed to drive the golf cart, you're not allowed to drive it. And my husband got off of it just for like a second to run inside, and she got on the golf cart and crashed it into our cabin and damaged both the cabin and the golf cart. And also, on the same trip, we had a puppy with us. This is like chaos COVID time period, and we had a puppy with us, and she like chewed up the ledge of the window inside the cabin.
So did you just sneak out and hope that nobody said anything or saw anything?
No, we told them because it was kind of obvious. So, yeah, we owned up.
Did you have to pay for it?
My husband owned up.
Did you guys have to pay for it?
I honestly have no idea. I think we just tried to not notice.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Maybe they kept their deposit, Lauren. Thanks, Jess. Hey, here's one more. Lori, hi.
Hi.
I can imagine this happens a lot. Your husband's trying to do a DIY project, be that weekend warrior, rented some machinery, and what happened?
Yeah, so he had to rent a truck from Lowe's because we didn't have a truck at the time. We usually hire a lawn company to come aerate the lawn, and he was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it this year. Went to rent a aerator for the lawn, which is huge, massive, had to get help to get it in the truck. And he was driving, and it fell out of the rented truck onto the road. He couldn't lift it back in the truck, so he had to get some stranger to help him lift it. It dented the aerator. The truck had to be returned as well. So I think he tried to get away with it. I think they did end up calling him and being like, there's a dent. How that happened.
I didn't see a dent.
A lot of times they'll walk you around or they'll check the machinery with you, and they'll be like, nothing here that.
To say, we hire now.
It's smart. Thanks, Lori. It happens.
Good idea.
It happens. It's not just your husband's fault. It does happen. Hey, Callie, you are ready to do Date 'em or Dump 'em. You have an issue. You've been dating somebody for 3 months. That's right?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's knock out this song. We'll knock out Miles Smith. We'll come back with you. Date 'em or Dump 'em. We'll find out what's going on in Callie's world. I actually know what's happening. The DM was really funny, so we're glad you're on. I can't wait to hear how the audience decides for you. Don't go anywhere. Date 'em or Dump 'em with Callie and the thing that someone is telling her next. Her name is Callie, and she's on with us. Good morning, Callie.
Hi, good morning.
Callie, you wanted to be on Date 'em or Dump 'em, where typically you go on a couple dates with somebody, you think everything's going well, and then something just hits you out of left field that you think could be a red flag. What's going on with you?
Yeah, so I met this guy like 3 months ago. And we've been actually dating for a little while. And we haven't defined the relationship, of course, like really early.
You haven't?
And we both. No, I mean, it's kind of early, and like we're both on the same page with that. Of like, oh no, we don't need to define this right now. We're kind of figuring it out.
Okay.
And I really like him. He's just been doing this thing that's like really weird. Like he's saying like really weird things that I just
Yeah, but tell LauRen, what specifically is he saying to you?
So he will do this thing where he's using the words like daddy and mommy like a lot. And like I've asked him like, hey, can you not say that? But he's like, oh no, I can't help it. Sometimes I just like feel like I have to say it.
Yeah, even when they're intimate, when you guys are moving furniture, right?
No.
Yeah. I'm looking at the DM right now.
He got some issues.
I moved recently, so like he was really nice. I was like, I'll help you. But he was just like, oh, do you want daddy to take care of that? Or does mommy want some of daddy? And I was like, what is this? Like, please don't do that.
It's got White Lotus vibes to it, to me. I don't want to ruin anything, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Zaddy. Yeah, you know he's going to use that, too. Like somebody somewhere along the way with him was intimate with him, you know.
And did that, and he's got a kink for it.
Yeah. I don't know. So did you just say, hey, this grosses me out? Can you stop?
I told him that, and I said honestly, like this is, it creeps me out. I'm like, it's like creepy, and I said, please stop. And he's like, oh, but sometimes the mood, like she's like, I'm in the mood for to say it, and like you'll get over it. I'll get used to it, and I should just, get on board with this.
It's a little much.
I don't think, I gotta be honest, like during like intimate time, I don't know if I've ever used that. Everybody's just quiet and staring at me. Am I the odd one? I mean...
No, you're not the odd one.
I don't know. You have to, like... I don't know.
That's just... number one, it's annoying. Number two, it's a little... I don't know. It's a little creepy.
A little 50 Shades-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, who's your daddy?
Yeah.
Call me daddy. Call her daddy.
Does mommy want blah, 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 blah. It's like a little baby's...
Mommy ready for daddy to come in?
A very bad boy. It's like,
right?
Oh my goodness. What?
Yeah, tell me, Callie. Tell me I've been how mad is mommy at me? Oh!
I ain't trying to yuck anybody's yum, but you both got to be into it. And it doesn't sound like you are.
Immediate ick, somebody said. That's so cringe. I can't get past it listening to it on the radio, let alone hearing it from him. All right, what do you guys think? Can Callie date or dump this guy? What should she do? 704-570-9595. Callie, as you know, we decide your date fate. What the audience says goes. We stick with it, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on a minute. We'll get all the responses, and we'll let you know. Date him or dump him. Zaddy. Oh. Yes, Callie is on Date him or dump him, and Callie says that she's been dating a guy for 3 months. Super handsome, right, Callie? Everything is good in that department?
Yeah, he really is.
And
that's a bummer.
When they got intimate, he said, call me daddy, and I want to call you mommy. And she's like, I'm not really into that. A lot of people are saying this one thing, and I think it's really important. Forget him calling you mommy or him wanting to call you daddy. It's the fact that you asked him,
right? Can
you please stop? I'm not comfortable with it. And he didn't respect your ask and said, you'll get over it. So because of that, people are saying that that's your issue. Got to dump daddy, someone says.
Mommy got to dump daddy.
Look, we got 2 back-to-back texts. Got to dump daddy. Someone says, dump him, mommy. Somebody else says, dump. He doesn't respect your boundaries. Somebody else says, dump. Someone says, if he simply says, what does mommy want? You should call his mom and ask him.
Ooh.
And
God.
Somebody else dated and said, she should date him. I love a good daddy. But for the most part, everyone is saying that you should dump daddy. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I mean, I'll probably have to, I don't know what that means for my dating life in the future, but I guess
that should be the third.
The feedback.
The third question, if you're on the apps, when you date somebody, should be like, do you want me to call you daddy and you want to call me mommy? Like let's get that out right away. First date conversation.
Yeah, but then what if they think you want that?
I don't know. All right, Mommy. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it, okay?
Stop. Leave her alone.
Thank you.
Zaddy out.
Oh.
Big Al,
Yes.
Mr. Fashion Trend, right?
What's up? Yeah.
You're up with the fashions. GQ magazine says grandpa shoes are now cool.
Grandpa shoes.
New Balance just released a new line of downright orthopedic-looking shoes that somehow cost $250.
Them tariffs.
I think they're just stylish. GQ says grandpa shoes are in fashion now. They did a big write-up on New Balance's latest offering called Allerdales. Look them up.
Huh.
Allerdales.
What's the other one? The Hakas or whatever they are? Hokas? I don't know. But Dallas wears them. But they look
the
like
Hey
grandpa
Dudes?
shoes to me. No. No, it's a sneaker.
Geez, I Googled Allerdales and I didn't see anything. Oh, here they are. They're brown, Big Al.
Ew.
They are brown with black soles. They're New Balance shoes. They look more like a shoe than a sneaker.
Yeah.
They did the brown version a few weeks ago, and they now have a white version. There's nothing special about them. They're pebble leather.
This is an ugly shoe to me.
With normal laces and the New Balance logo on the side. Do you think this is Kanye's FU to New Balance when he... Oh, no, he was Adidas.
He was Adidas.
Imagine if Kanye was like, yo, this is the style.
This
Produce
looks
these.
like the first football they ever made. Like, that's exactly what that looked like to me.
A writer for GQ declared the brand has sidestepped the dad shoe trend and decided to bring the granddad shoe into the mainstream. He says the granddad shoe's having a moment, and it's only just arriving. And guess what? The grandpa shoe might be staying a while, according to this GQ magazine.
Everything don't gotta be a trend, y'all.
Right.
Please.
Right. And
Now,
if you
we
ain't
can-
into it, you don't have to get on board.
We can leave. I'm leaving this one right here on this screen because I can't do it.
Maney's got New Balance on. Right on trend, bro.
See,
Right on trend.
And there's something else wrong
You
that
wear
drives
black socks with white shoes? There's a bigger issue here.
this drives my son crazy. Guess what? Like, there's something else though. What else would drive you crazy? I'm wearing New
you
Balance.
being a brand thought over here.
I have New Balance shoes, but Nike socks. And my son's like, you got to keep it fluid. You can't rock
Yeah.
both.
And they touching.
But
There's a whole problem going on over there. There's lots of them.
But I'm wearing long pants today, so you don't see my black socks
and
really.
your pants are cuffed up.
That's
Yeah,
the integrity behind it.
yeah. My whole look is a mess. Lauren, I was late this morning.
I get it.
Give me a
It's
minute.
okay. I gotcha.
Hold on, y'all. Seriously, it's gonna take me a minute to get my
You
leg
need
down.
some help. It is taking you a minute over there.
I'm turning 50 soon.
Hence the old man shoes.
Up and down ain't that easy. Go check out the brown New Balance Allerdale and put in promo code Big Al Beezy to get 50% off.
Lies.
I can't wait to see you wearing these one day, bro. I love it.
Don't hold your breath.
Olivia Rodrigo now. Maney and LauRen, Kiss 95.1. Scotty the Scotsman sends us a text. One of our favorite listeners. From, where is he from, LauRen?
Scotland.
That's right. Shout it out if you know it. Scotland. He says, can you give my wee little lassie a shout out? It's her 13th birthday. She is a teenager now. Iona is her name. Happy birthday, Iona.
Happy birthday, Iona.
Any friend of your dad's is a friend of ours. And, of course, happy 13th birthday. April is our birthday month in our family. Do you guys have, like, a birthday month where you seem like it's the month that everybody's birthday's happening?
Mine is June.
June?
Yeah.
No, I feel like everybody in my family is spread out.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Like, everybody is the 13th. My niece kicks things off. I'm the 25th. Dean's the 24th. My cousins and my brother's the 28th. My cousin's the 26th.
Jackson and I are 2 days apart. But I feel like a lot of my friends have June birthdays too, and I feel like sometimes Geminis attract other Geminis. So
That's funny. When's your birthday? I forget.
October.
October. October what?
7th.
Okay, my dad's the 25th.
Oh, so
He's a what?
a Scorpio.
Scorpio, yeah.
You're a
Sounds
Libra.
about right.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. My dad was born October 25th. My mom was born March 25th. I was born April 25th.
At least y'all
Something
are
with them
consistent.
25s,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then our neighbor across the street was born August 1st, 1981. Ruby was born August 1st, 2018. You know, the numbers.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
We're with you.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a lot of number things going on.
I'm very into numbers right now. Hey, my wife and I were talking about finances and just, saving money, trying to save money. And she's like, our account looks okay right now, but let's be a little frugal. We're going into Maney birthday month. So let me ask you this: like, you have a niece. Mm-hmm. What do you give her for her birthday? Well, how much?
How much money?
Yeah.
Oh, we give gifts.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, how do you know what she wants? She's older.
Because she likes very specific things. Like she likes Star Wars and like different things like that.
So
horses and.
So really, mm-hmm. Why not just like a $50 check? We're a check family. My kids will get checks from my family.
Dallas's side of the family is like very personal gifts. Like
That's
they
cool.
give very thoughtful gifts. They're not big gifts, but they're very thoughtful gifts.
Will you ask? Like, hey, what's Gigi into right now?
Uh-huh.
Man, good for you, dude, because we're like, crap, we have a birthday tomorrow. We need to get a check in the mail pronto. We don't have time to ask, for
a
what?
A check in the mail is so old school.
But it's...
A check in the mail is so old school.
But I mean...
If you don't send a nice little Zelle, a little cash, a bling bling.
A Venmo?
Oh, see, I just think cash in general is so... impersonal. Like unless somebody specifically asks for it, like my brother always wants money. He just wants the money.
Right.
Which is fine, So he's one of those people who I usually give him actual cash, but
you make it rain and make him pick up singles?
No, just in a card.
Get that cash gun from our prop closet. LauRen, you should get the cash gun from our prop closet.
That would be fun.
And bring it to the party.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, no, I get you, but I think like we grew up in a family where we always gave checks, and my brothers still do that for my kids, and we do it, and it's kind of like, there's some adultness to it where like you take it to the bank and you deposit it in your account if you have the account. I know Al, you don't probably have a bank account. You probably Venmo everything. Do they pay you here and it goes into your Venmo or your Zelle?
Bah, yes, I have a bank account.
Yeah. But I mean, are companies doing that now where instead of direct deposit, they'll Zelle you your paycheck? Or no, right?
I don't
Not
think
unless you're working under the table.
Touche. So maybe I'm not that old school, Big Al, because...
But you flew too close to the sun, though.
Why?
Now that's too much. That's too much. Now, y'all not finna play with my money. I need everything on a direct, itemized, line-by-line receipt.
Yeah, I don't know. We still give checks. Also, today's my anniversary, and I totally forgot about that, too.
That's nice.
Oh, you got bigger fish to fry.
Dog house.
Mm-hmm. Am I the a-hole? You could DM us or text us. This person texted us and wanted to know, are they the a-hole for doing something to their wife, LauRen? Is that right?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Am I the A-holes that we get have to do with driving in cars for some reason, but this one does. He says, hey guys, am I the a-hole for telling my wife that I don't like her driving in heels? I tell her to take driving shoes to work and use those, and I tell her not to wear heels when she's driving our kids to sports and around the town.
They don't think it's safe. I got you.
She says that I'm trying to be a controlling a-hole, but there are stats out there. Heels cause crashes.
Is that our theme for today? The day heels caused a crash?
I guess so.
I don't know, LauRen. You're the only one that can speak to this, I guess.
I have never heard of somebody getting into a car accident over their heels. Now,
is it hard to drive in heels?
I think it's harder to drive in flip-flops personally, because a flip-flop can get stuck up over the...
I think a heel just looks so intricate, and then knowing what a gas pedal look like, I can see why he probably like, are you sure that's safe? But he don't wear them, so I can see why she like, if I think I'm fine, why do you care?
Exactly. And I think like guys don't realize, because when you press a gas pedal, what part of your foot are you pressing with?
Well, the flat part, but you have the pointy part. Can you move it quickly to the brake? You'll get it caught up in the...
Just specifically, when you guys press the gas pedal, where on your foot are you using? You're not using your heel. You're not using the middle of the foot. You're using your toe.
Yeah.
So what's the difference if she wears heels or not?
I think if you're going from the gas to the brake, right? You drive with one foot. It could get caught up in the floor
mat. Can your
mat.
big ass sneaker not get caught up in that?
I don't have a pointy heel. I don't know. There's one way to find out. Hey, ChatGPT, hold on, let me ask. What are the stats for driving in heels?
Lies.
Is it dangerous? Let's see.
Could you clarify what you're...
Yeah, exactly.
All right, hold on.
She's like, could you clarify what you're asking, dum-dum?
Is it dangerous to drive in high heels?
Yes, driving in high heels can be dangerous.
Come on.
They can make it harder to feel the pedals properly and could potentially get stuck, leading to delayed reactions. It's generally safer to wear flat, comfortable shoes while driving.
Thank you.
It is more dangerous to wear flip-flops, I'm telling you, than heels.
All right, let's see what she says about flip-flops.
Flip-flops can also be risky because they can easily slip off your feet or get caught under the pedals. It's best to wear shoes that provide a good grip and stay securely on your feet.
Don't roll your eyes at her.
I'm rolling my eyes.
She's all about the stats.
The flip-flops I get.
How
The
many
heels-
accidents are related to driving in high heels?
I don't have an exact number.
Yeah.
Studies show that footwear can impact driving.
Okay. So anyway, I don't think that. So she says he's trying to be a controlling a-hole. That's not what he's saying. He loves you in heels, girl. He just doesn't want you driving in the heels. And you just heard from ChatGPT, who we now praise and love.
Who is Bible now.
Yep. She's Bible. She says that it is dangerous to drive in heels. That's our fourth
That's
voice.
gospel. ChatGPT is gospel now.
Wait, do you drive in heels a lot?
Yeah. Anytime I go to an event, I'm in a heel.
And what kind of driver would you say you are?
Okay, stop. You know
Okay.
what?
Okay. What's the not very good?
I'm actually, yes, you're right. I am not a great driver, but I don't represent all women. I just represent me.
I know, like, my wife in the fashion biz is directly affected by the tariffs. You know, higher production costs means that it's more expensive for the boutiques that she sells to to purchase, and then they have to in turn charge their customers more. It's a trickle-down effect, right? So my wife was telling me the other day, because her check probably won't be as big this year as it was last year, her checks, that she's going to turn over to OnlyFans. And I said, okay, I'm fine with that, as long as you make the income. But now,
do what you got to do.
Yo, I just read something that said OnlyFans is dead.
No!
But maybe the tariffs will bring OnlyFans back, and people like my wife and others are going to go back on it. In an article on the Medium, the writer who worked for OnlyFans wrote on the website Medium that OnlyFans is dying. OnlyFans had its best year, nearly $1 billion in revenue by the end of 2021, 3 times the revenue from 2020. However, it's been down every year since. Many young women saw it as an easy way to make money, some reportedly earning as much as $10,000 a month by working as little as 2 hours a day. But the reality, only about 10% of content creators make more than $1,000 a month.
I don't know. Even $1,000 a month is still some play money.
No kidding. I guess as a side hustle, right?
Yeah.
I was supposed to say it's better than not having nothing.
Right.
The average current income on OnlyFans creators has actually dropped. In 2024, it was only $180 per month, as the list of subscribers is going down.
Dang it, we missed our window. So what's the next big thing?
I don't have that. I'm guessing that maybe with the tariffs and people's paychecks
people
getting
are just
hit
cutting back
and inflation, people will jump back on, and then therefore more people will start coming back to it. I'm thinking that subscribers are jumping off because, like, they're bored by it. But once you get a redheaded housewife from Waxhaw on there.
I thought maybe you were saying, like, people are coming away from it because things are so expensive. They have to, like, tighten the belt a little bit, so they got to cut back on the feet pictures. I don't know.
No, you cut back in other places, not on your kinks. You cut back on SiriusXM. You cut back on some apps. Without existing fame or aggressive marketing, creators found it very challenging to earn any substantial money as a content creator on OnlyFans. There were people out there, especially young women, who went out and said, why get a real job when I can make money being hot on OnlyFans? But it is indeed dying out. Now
we need another COVID. That's what we
to
need.
drive OnlyFans back up again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyone got a pandemic laying around?
Please. She's just playing, y'all. She's just playing.
Stop,
She's just playing.
I'm just kidding.
She's just playing, y'all.
I wonder if anyone listening would, and you could be anonymous, you could just text us. You don't have to come on the air, although I'd love to talk to you. Like, does anyone still have an OnlyFans subscription?
Don't know.
Anyone on our staff?
Oh, no, I never paid for anything.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I'm married. I think my wife would have questions if I was on OnlyFans. I can only say I'm using it for work so much. You know what I mean? I gotta check this for work. And then a lot of people are saying that, like, people were lonely and needed content more
During the pandemic, that's
needed
what I'm
comfort
saying.
during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But still, hot is hot, right?
Yeah, but
Hot
isn't
ain't
there
ever not gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And isn't there free website content places that you can go out there?
Yeah. And remember OnlyFans started as like an exercise app?
Yeah.
Where people would like, do yoga with you and exercise
There
with
baking
you.
pies and
then during the
workout videos.
During the pandemic, someone decided to take their top off and realize how much money they can make.
They did yoga, naked yoga.
And they were like, yo, this is killer. But is anyone still subscribing to OnlyFans? A little people poll here. Just text in 704-570-9595. Yes or no? Ooh, somebody just texted in and said that they did to support a friend, LOL. But are you still supporting that friend, or are you off of OnlyFans? 704-570-9595. Important people poll here. Big Al needs to know whether or not he should even get on board.
You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, if it's a waste, let me know. If it's not, let me know.
Yeah.
Now I'm confused because a listener sent us a text message that said that my stats that I gave was wrong about OnlyFans.
Okay.
Because I said, according to this article from the Medium, OnlyFans is over. In 2021, they reported nearly $1 billion in revenue, 3 times the revenue from 2020. But it's way down, and now the average person is only making about $180 per month on OnlyFans, whereas a creator was making $100,000 in 2020.
But somebody said not so fast.
Because I guess OnlyFans is making money, but the content creators aren't getting a lot of the pie.
Oh, they changed it?
Look at what OnlyFans generated in 2023, Lauren.
Oh, they're getting that money because that right there.
$1.3 billion in revenue and saw a record $6.6 billion in gross payments to creators.
Huh.
With the platform retaining 20% of the revenue while creators received 80%. So they are making money. I don't understand. It sounds to me like the person who wrote this article for the website The Medium
has something to...
It's an axe to grind. It's just talking
like
crap about it.
They started an OnlyFans. And they were like, I'm not making any money. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's nuts, though. And I mean, a lot of people are texting in that they still are on OnlyFans or they follow an account on OnlyFans. They're subscribers. It's a healthy amount of people texting the studio at 704-570-9595. Taylor's actually on. She's a former content creator. Good morning, Taylor.
Hey, how's it going?
So, Taylor, which side do you agree with? Because if you're a former, did you leave because you weren't making as much money anymore?
I left more because it was a lot of work.
Okay.
Like, it was only 4 hours I would do content creation, but it was, like, taking a lot out of my day. It was, like, mentally hard to respond to people.
But were you making that dough?
Yeah, I mean, I was making between $500 and $600 a month.
Okay. So that's a nice side hustle.
Yeah, I didn't have any, like, followers
That's what
before
they
that,
say.
so I just started with social media.
Yeah, they say that like you have to put a lot of work into it to do
growing
this.
it.
Yeah. Remember, I've told you that Amanda has a friend whose friend makes money not like on OnlyFans, but they sell stuff. Like they sell their underwear, they'll sell their toe clippings,
Socks or something like that.
Socks, things like that. And she told my wife, who's a redhead, like, oh my God, there's such a huge market for redheads, but you got to work it. Like Amanda can't just go on this website and be like, hey, here's my pillow cover. You know, you got to like really.
Develop the
relationship with people.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, who wants to do
Yeah,
that?
exactly.
Can we get bots for that?
You'd have to talk to people and like pretend to be their friend, and it was just the worst. It felt like disingenuous.
It really does, Taylor. You're right. What kind of content did you do? Did you do like any specific things? I mean, I mean, like, did you have a specific, like, you know,
like a niche?
A niche. Thank you. Like, hey, you were a legs model. Maybe you were a top girl model. I don't know.
Not really. I did pretty much whatever people requested.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, thanks, Taylor. We appreciate you chiming in. And will you ever go back to it?
Probably.
You need an assistant. That's what you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Big Al's available after 12.
She needs a content manager, yeah.
All right, thanks, Taylor. It's just a lot of work, basically.
Yeah, totally.
But apparently, big reversal, OnlyFans is alive and well. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching our videos. It's Maney. I would love for you to subscribe and like us as well. And then check out our other videos like War of the Roses and the behind the scenes stuff where we're crazy psycho off the air. Go look at them. They're here and here. They're everywhere.